This is Jim. This is Jim's twin brother Sam. Jim is a nearly famous designer of stuffed animals. Although this may not be apparent, he's never happier than when he's with his stuffed animal collection. Sam is a little different. He's one of the fastest swimmers in the country, but his shot at a professional career has been hampered by his tendency to be easily distracted. Once, in a triathlon, he was distracted by a fish. He managed to catch the fish, but in the process, he lost to everyone, including those in the quote-unquote senior citizens division. Jim and Sam have a bit of a communication problem. Jim thinks that Sam needs to buckle down and accept that in life, things don't just magically fall into place. After months of debate, they agreed that their phone conversations should last no longer than 5 minutes. Recently, Sam has been vying to increase this to 7, but according to Jim, a deal is a deal. This is Kate. She's always wanted to be a professional adventurer. No one has had the heart to tell her this is not a profession that actually exists. Could you? Look at that face. On this day of days, Jim is in the park, trying desperately to come up with new designs. He's had a bit of a dry spell since just missing out on top honors at the Stuffies, the Academy Awards of Stuffed Animal Design, in 2008. On this day of days, Sam is practicing the guitar, despite his condition of congenital amusia, or in layman's terms, lack of rhythm. Simultaneously on this day of days, Kate is trying to improve her adventuring skills by irresponsibly experimenting with pyrotechnics. Meanwhile, in the park, Ralph the Magnificent, a local magician, is doing what he loves best, spreading joy by demonstrating his magic tricks, or illusions, if you prefer, to anyone he can find. Again, although it may not be apparent, Jim finds Ralph's illusions delightful and inspiring. Ralph approaches Jim and does his best to make the man smile. Unbeknownst to Ralph, the expression that Jim is wearing is the way that he expresses utter childlike wonder. Believing that he has failed to entertain an audience member for the first time in his life, Ralph the Magnificent enters a deepening spiral of crippling self-doubt and despair. He hopes fervently that a slice of Meat Lover's pizza he has saved in his backpack will cheer him up. It doesn't. At the end of his rope, he decides on a whim to abandon magic and begin a new life in the wilderness. It doesn't last long, but he returns a man. The sound of his motorcycle distracts Kate from her rigorous training exercises, setting off a wildly improbable chain of coincidences. Hearing an explosion, Kate runs with great intensity to discover what has been set in motion. Derek Stonebarger, a feverish and delusional local soccer hooligan, also hears the bang and imparts a soccer ball with far more spin than intended. The ball to the face clears Jim's head, and he rises, feeling inspired and excited. As he regains consciousness, he sees his brother and realizes maybe they're not so unalike. And maybe sometimes things do just magically fall into place. Of course, not everybody wins.